Hey everybody, it's Gregorio coming to you again from Tokyo, and it's another one of my sewing vlogs of sorts. It's more of a haul and just one little project that I did. This past week was Obon holiday here in Japan. It's supposed to be a holiday where people will go back to their hometowns, and they're supposed to light kind of like a fire, and it's supposed to help have their ancestors come find them and visit their home. So this is kind of like, the Day of the Dead of sort, where, you're supposed to pay homage to your family. So we had time to choose from my job what days that we could take off, and I decided to take it during this Obon holiday season, because there was a holiday on Thursday, and then we're supposed to be work on Friday, but I chose to have Friday and then Monday and Tuesday off, so I had a pretty long time off. So I went with one of my friends to an area called Yamanashi, which is about an hour by train away from Tokyo, and he has a car, and he lives in Yamanashi, so we took his car around. And so I got to go and get some stuff. And while I was there, I was at the 100 yen shop. There's a brand called Daiso of the 100 yen shop, or like the Dollar Tree. But it actually has good stuff compared to many of the American dollar stores. And Daiso in Japan has so many original products that they make for their stores. And there's plenty of them in Tokyo, but usually, since space is a lot more difficult to have more, products, sometimes you can't find many things, especially, if I'm looking for the sewing items. Each store sometimes has certain sewing items and others don't have the same items. But this one shop I went to is a pretty big shop because it's in the countryside, so there's space. And their sewing section was actually 2 aisles worth of sewing and craft stuff, so I was pretty shocked, because usually it's just like one shelf that has items, but this was like 2 aisles worth. And it had items there that I hadn't seen before in the 100 yen shop. Now, first of all, I picked up this tote bag. So they have some other more expensive items, so this was 200 yen, but the majority of them are 100 yen. I picked this up because I wanted to deconstruct this, because I wanted to make a tote that's more like this, but I kind of didn't understand how this tuck is made. So I'm going to deconstruct this because it only costs 200 yen, so it's not so bad. And then I found handles. So of course these are, pleather handles, and so I do some clutch bags that I've made, and I've made just cloth handles, but this comes with the equipment, and it's, the fake leather on there, and it's just 100 yen, and so I decided I should try it out and try to make it my products, my little things that I make, look a little more professional of sort. So, this having all the hardware already there, and if you can, it's already been bolted down, I don't have to worry about trying to find those type of items. Next, I got some handles, which, for those of you, I don't know in America, but in the craft stores here, these handles cost several dollars. And these are just cotton handles, but they have a variety of colors, of course. And so, as I said, most of my projects are kind of bags that I make. I enjoy making bags. And to find these, handles for only 100 yen is just, for me, amazing. So I picked up, the 4 colors that they had. 4 colors? Yes. So one is black, one is brown, you can barely see the difference, navy and red. So I got one of each color just to try it out. And since my friend lives out in that area, if these are good, I'm gonna ask him, hey, when you have a chance, please pick me up another handful of these handles in order to satisfy my need for pre-made stuff that will make my bags look more professional and a lot simpler in executing the actual product. Last, nothing major, as the stuff falls to the floor. the other stuff, I got some buttons here that I'm gonna try to, cover them with cloth and whatnot. And last but not least, from the 100 yen shop are these pieces of fabric, which I've seen in another video I might have posted. These are actually these cloths are actually used for tying up kind of like the lunchbox of sort, but I really liked this print especially because it's a very 90s retro kind of pattern and this nice rainbow stripe. So I picked those up. And of course, while I was in the countryside, I wanted to try to find a fabric shop and try to see if I can find anything good or cheap. The fabric shop I did find, it wasn't necessarily cheap, but I did find this nice black fabric. I don't know how to call it of sort, but it's a really nice woven fabric here. And there was this bin that was supposed to be like, this bin, everything in this bin is like $5, and the original price for this 1.5 meters was supposed to be like $25, and it was on clearance for just $5, so I decided to pick it up. And also this green fabric here, I actually wanted the gray one, but the gray one wasn't on sale. The gray one was like $12 for 1 meter, but this was on sale for $4, so I picked up this green print fabric. So that was from this little shop that I found over in the countryside. So I wanted to at least, have that chance to pick up something in the countryside. Now last is, in Tokyo, I had mentioned before, there's a shopping area called Shibuya, called Toa. And I had a coupon where they had this special where you can choose one fabric from this selection that they have, that you can get up to 10 meters of the one style, one type of fabric, and it's only like 10 cents a meter. So you get 10 meters for like $1. 10 meters. But by the time I got there, already 80 people had gone through, because it was per number, so it was already over 80 people had gone through. So what was left was very, there was like several patterns left, and the only thing I found that was worth picking up was like this satin, this gold satin, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I was like, I gotta do something. I gotta, it was the one chance to get 10 meters of something for $1. And like I said, this is 10 meters. This is, even though it's thin, this is pretty heavy for the satin. So I just did this project today, and it's, of course, I do a tote bag. So these are just some handkerchiefs that I got from, again, the dollar store, the 100 yen shop. And so I got the handkerchiefs. This is navy fabric that's just separate. It's a little bit different than the actual handkerchief color, but it's the closest that I had. So there's that. And of course I lined it with the gold fabric. So I thought, the gold complements this navy blue. I do have, there's 2 pockets in here. So I made 2 pockets. It's my first time actually working with satin, and I didn't realize how it will bunch up a little bit when worked with. But yes, I did make this, and of course I made my little branding. Where's my label? Here's my little label here. So my light's too bright. I don't know if you can see it so well. There it is. So that's my brand there, my little brand. Again, I'm just doing this for fun, and I wanted to brand it. So my thing is called Soda Tokyo. You can barely see it. Anyways, this is Gregorio from Tokyo, and my little 100 yen shop and random fabric and 10 meters of gold satin. Thank you. Please leave some comments, some questions, or whatever below, and have a good day.